Hello! What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Europa League prediction video. We're on to the quarterfinals now. Didn't do too hot in the round of 16 predictions. I only was able to get Barcelona versus Galatasaray, right? And Leverkusen versus Atalanta. Obviously, a lot of these matchups were flip of a coin. A lot of people are also expecting Rangers to come out on top after their very impressive win against Borussia Dortmund. But I had belief in Crvena Zvezda, very solid side. And even though they lost 3-0 in the first leg, so many offsides goals. If you watch the match, it didn't seem like a 3-0 result. Crvena Zvezda played very well. Just were not good at the defense when it came to set pieces. Bravo to Rangers, though, fully deserved. In today's predictions, I am joined with Michael Talks Football. If you like this content, you'll definitely appreciate his, so make sure you check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. But yeah, these next matchups are looking super interesting. Also, all flip of coins to me. Obviously, we also haven't seen RB Leipzig play in the last one as their match against Spartak Moscow got canceled. So that matchup against Atalanta will be super interesting as well.
Oh, Atalanta versus Leipzig. This is going to be a high-scoring game because both teams can't really defend well, but they can score for fun. You look at like Leipzig. Ever since they got rid of Jesse Marsch and brought in now Tedesco, they've been excellent. I think they've only lost one game in 2022, and that was to Bayern Munich. So they are on fire. Yes, they didn't play against Spartak Moscow, but I think they still would have beaten Spartak Moscow very convincingly. So Leipzig are a really, really good side. And Kuku, Andre Silva's now turning into a good player. Emil Forsberg. They have so many attacking options. Defensively, they have a little bit of errors in them. And then Atalanta, they're pushing for a top 4 finish in the Serie A. But I think now they're going to focus more on the Europa League and winning the Europa League because that's obviously an automatic ticket to the Champions League next season. So really interesting to see how this game will be played. If Atalanta can get a draw in Leipzig, that will be really good because then if they go away to Atalanta, if Atalanta are at home, I think they're going to win this tie. But really, really fascinating. This is going to be like a basketball score. They're just going to go end to end, pretty much just go back and forth like a tennis match as well. So really excited for this matchup.
I mean, Leipzig are getting a lot of credit now. Everyone is discussing Nkunku's performance lately. Absolutely phenomenal this season. But there are still so many underrated players on Atalanta. You all know I talk about Pasalic all the time. Demiro's doing pretty well. Zapata. I mean, the list goes on and on. I really think this match can go either way. With the first match, I see Leipzig coming out on top with a 1-0 win. And then the second leg, when they play in Italia, I think it will be a 1-1 draw. And Leipzig will just make it to the next round. It's going to be that close. I do see your points about Atalanta wanting to do whatever they can to just win the Europa League. All these sides they have to face now are going to be tough. We could see them come out on top. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong, but I'm edging it towards Leipzig. Obviously, there are a few errors in the team, but I think their players that have been performing well will turn up in this.
Yeah, my prediction, Leipzig at home, it's going to be a Leipzig 3-1 win. I think they're just such a good home side, and they're very fresh. And then Kuku, we can talk about him all day, every day. The guy's just fantastic. And then when it goes back to Bergamo, I think it will be 2-2. So I think Leipzig will go through in this tie, and I think they're going to be primed to make it to the final. And I think if they face either Barcelona, West Ham, or Lyon, I think Leipzig can definitely win this tournament.
They're definitely one of the favorites in this. We'll get into the other teams later, obviously, but definitely I wouldn't write out Leipzig right now. Good luck, Atalanta, though. It's going to be a tough one. Now, let's take a look at West Ham versus Lyon. West Ham obviously impressed me in the round of 16s. I thought that Sevilla would come out on top. West Ham have had some very impressive moments this season, but they also have slipped respectfully. So I thought Sevilla would be able to take advantage of it. Obviously, everyone doesn't want to underestimate Sevilla as they are known for their Europa League success. I didn't think they would get knocked out this soon, but obviously can't write off West Ham. David Moyes doing a decent job for them. Lyon, on the other hand, also surprised me beating Porto. I thought Porto would be able to gain some momentum, go far in this, but unfortunately crashed. Obviously, a lot of people are pointing fingers at the fact that Luis Diaz is signed for Liverpool, so their attacking isn't looking as strong. But I still thought they'd be able to do the job without him. They still have decent options up there.
You got to say West Ham. What a comeback. The crowd, let alone, was amazing at the Olympic Stadium. I think for the first time since they've moved from their old ground to the Olympic Stadium that it was a proper football stadium and a proper football atmosphere. So big credit to the West Ham fans and Yarmolenko getting the winning goal. Just amazing storylines now coming from West Ham against Lyon. Now, I'm with you. I didn't think Lyon would beat Porto because Lyon this season in Ligue 1 have been terrible. They're so inconsistent. Peter Bosz, the manager, they'll go couple games winning, then they'll lose to like Lorient, Montpellier, and these sort of teams. Then they'll beat like PSG or Monaco at home. So you don't know what you're going to get from this Lyon side. But with Dembele, Auroi, Lucas Paqueta, Jason Denier, they have a lot of good players in this Lyon side. I really do like West Ham. I just think that they're really primed to win this competition as well, because there's just something about this West Ham side. They have played the same 11 pretty much week in and week out for the whole entire season. So they don't really have the squad depth to compare to other teams in the Premier League or other teams in Europe. But I think just David Moyes has done a fantastic job in his time as manager after being absolutely criticized in his time in Spain, Sunderland manager. Really, he has come back and said, you know what, I am actually a very good manager. And Antonio, yes, he doesn't get the goals, but he's just such a good hold-up player and can link up well. Yarmolenko turning into a fantastic story. You look at Fornals, Lanzini, Souček, Rice, all of these fantastic players as well. So this is really also a 50-50 matchup, and I think it's important that West Ham win at home. If they don't win at home and go away to Lyon, it could get very, very tricky for them.
I do think West Ham's confidence will be booming, though. After that win against Sevilla, that's just massive. Fantastic comeback. To do it in the second leg as well, I feel like West Ham are going to go all out. I mean, with their confidence booming, surely they'll at least grab one win in this. And I agree with your statement about them having to win at home. I think the first match at home will be 2-0 for West Ham. And in the second one, Lyon will grab a 1-0 win, but it won't be enough. West Ham make it to the semifinals.
Yep, my prediction is actually 2-0 West Ham, and then back in Lyon, it's 2-1, and West Ham are going to the semifinals as well, so up the Hammers.
Now, for Frankfurt versus Barcelona. Frankfurt proved me wrong against Real Betis, obviously. I thought Real Betis were gaining a lot of momentum this season, so I thought they could just edge them, but no. Barcelona, however, I think are one of the favorites in Europa League. I wouldn't have said this when they crashed in the Europa League. Back then, I thought they could have possibly been exposed again, but ever since Xavi's taken over, the side is looking only better from here. Obviously, at the time of recording this, we haven't seen El Clasico yet, but as of now, they're unbeaten. Their match against Galatasaray was close, but they still outclassed them at the end. I'm sorry, Frankfurt. Fantastic side. Proved me wrong already, but I think Barcelona got it. I think it's a clear one for Barcelona. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say in the first leg, it finishes 1-0 for Barcelona. And in the second leg at the Camp Nou, it finishes 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona, they're the favorites. This is their competition to lose. They are such a good side. Xavi Ball is on absolute fire. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this good from Xavi. After the Dutch manager, I will not say his name because he is the Dutch manager, left, and Xavi came in, I was a little bit skeptical, but ever since he's come in, the side are just playing fantastic football. Young players are developing very nicely. You got Aubameyang turning into a goal-scoring machine. Ousmane Dembele seems to revitalize his career. Ferran Torres. They have so many attacking options. Yes, defensively, they're still not strong enough. Going away to Galatasaray in a very, very hostile environment. I mean, the environment that Barcelona went into and got the win was very impressive. So, yeah, I think this is Barcelona's competition to lose. Frankfurt, kudos to them. I didn't think they were going to beat Betis. They haven't been the greatest this season in the Bundesliga. I think they're another side that are just pushing all of their eggs now into the Europa League basket and hoping to qualify for the Champions League, but they're up against a juggernaut in Barcelona here. Maybe they can do something at home because their home crowd is very hostile as well. And with players like Kamada, Kostic, and Konof, is it enough? I really don't think so. But my prediction for this game, I think Frankfurt will get a 1-1 draw at home because I think the crowd will really be up for it. But when it goes back to Barcelona, it's a 3-0 win and it's comfortable for them. And they're onto the semifinals and possibly going to face West Ham United.
Yeah, after that January transfer window, we've just seen so many upgrades in the squad. Not to mention, everyone who has already been there looks like they're improving as well. Pedri was looking fantastic against Galatasaray. Aubameyang scoring loads of goals now. Who would have saw that coming after his disappointing Arsenal start this season? Yeah, Barcelona for me, possibly favorites to win Europa League. We'll see who they come up against next and how well that team does. As of now, Barcelona all day for me. Like you said, juggernaut of the tournament. And the final match we're looking at, Braga versus Rangers. Flip of a coin. I've doubted both of these teams many, many times, so I know I'm going to get hate no matter what I say here.
I mean, very unexpected quarterfinals, I gotta be honest. I really didn't think that Braga were going to beat Monaco. They did it. They have one of the most fantastic football stadiums in the world. The Horta brothers. Really, this side doesn't have a lot of big names. I mean, you could ask people on the street or any football fan, name me 5 Braga players. They probably couldn't do it, but Ricardo Horta, the captain, he's probably their start man. And then his brother on the right wing. Do I know a whole lot about them? Not too much, but one thing for sure is they have been I think the best home side in the Europa League this season. They haven't lost a game, so that's something they have to take into account when they face Rangers. And Rangers, I mean, you gotta give them massive credit. I mean, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is doing an amazing job. Ever Gerrard left, in comes in Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, and this side seems like it hasn't lost a beat. It almost seems like it's playing better at this moment, but defensively, I still have some issues with them, but attacking-wise, with Morelos, James Tavernier, Glenn Kamara, my Finnish guy in the midfield, this side is just great. I mean, going away to Red Star, going away to Dortmund, and advancing past these two teams, Lyon in their same group, you got to give credit to Rangers. I mean, a decade ago, they were in the 4th division of Scottish football, and now look where they are a decade later, in the quarterfinals of the Europa League and possibly going to make it to a semi-finals. And I think they have a great opportunity to make it into the final as well, Rangers, and I think that would be some incredible story. So kudos to them, and I think they're the slight favorites in this tie, but they got to not lose away so badly because Braga have been the best home side in the Europa League this season.
Yeah, like you said, I wasn't expecting Rangers to do so well after Gerrard left. But look where they are now. They're able to beat sides like Dortmund fantastically. Obviously, Dortmund's defense has not been looking at its prime. But still, you can't write off this side. Obviously, I did against Crvena Zvezda, but I just didn't want to write off Crvena Zvezda because they've also been brilliant. It's a really tough one to call. And like you said, Braga is one of the best home teams. I might have to edge this towards Rangers, though. It is going to be close. For the first match in Portugal, it's going to be a 1-1 draw for me. And in the second leg, I think Rangers can make it a high-scoring one, finishing 3-1. Their attack's looking fantastic.
I don't want to agree, but I have to. I think Braga will actually win the first leg 1-0. But then when it goes back to Glasgow and at Ibrox Stadium, that crowd is going to be absolutely electric. And Rangers are going to win 3-0 thanks to my guy, Alfredo Morelos.
I don't want to say Braga go in the second leg with no goals. I think they can put up a good fight, but Rangers just doing the job at the end. I do think the match in Scotland will be high scoring for sure. Guys, as always, let us know your predictions in the comments below. Go check out Michael's channel if you haven't already. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you all for making it to the end. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Lá com noite.